welcome to Unscripted.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Thank you so much for doing this. I know I was trying to get you on and we are trying to get our schedules aligned because you're such a busy person. But
Very
thank
busy.
you so much for taking the time to do this.
Happy to be here. Wouldn't want to do it with anyone else.
Oh my God, you're too kind. Okay, tell us about yourself for like people tuning in who don't know much and want to get to know you better.
Definitely. So my name's Samantha. I like to say I have 3 full-time jobs. I have my corporate ed tech job. I used to be a teacher and then transitioned out of the classroom and into educational technology. I'm also a full-time content creator and then a cheer coach as well. So that is where all the busyness comes from. I feel like I'm constantly pulled in 3 different directions, but I enjoy every single one of them. And so that's a little bit about me. Growing up, I've lived in a lot of different states. So some of the main ones are Florida, California, here in Texas now. I went to Michigan State, go green. So I've kind of walked a lot of different lives. So it's been a really good time, but that is a short synopsis of a little bit about me.
Oh my God, that's so amazing. I forgot that you're a cheer coach because I always see you posting your girls.
Yes.
And they're amazing.
Thank you.
What brought you to Austin?
So I went to Michigan State and then my family actually moved out here after I started college. And then once I graduated and COVID hit and everything, it was like, do I stay out in Michigan? Where do I want to end up? And I've always been super close with my parents. And so knowing that they were just outside of Austin, they're like 45 minutes from here in the country. They've got like 20 acres. And so kind of during that time frame, I was like, okay, where do I go? And I decided wanted to check out Austin and haven't left since. Austin is such a great city, always so much to do. And so it's been a blessing for sure.
I love that. How long have you been in Austin?
I have been in Austin for almost 4 years now,
Okay.
I want to say. So a decent amount of time.
But you said your parents live 45 minutes away.
Yes. So
Is it
they're not
nicer
too
now?
far. Would you say?
Is it nicer now that you get to like see them more?
Yes. So I, again, super close with them. So I probably go over there like every Sunday for dinner.
Oh, I love that.
I see them at least once a week and I talk to them like in all the other days that I don't see them. So very close with them, very happy to be close and next to them where it's just a drive away versus a flight away. So it's been a blessing.
Oh, I love that. Wait, how did you get into cheer?
So I was a cheerleader growing up.
Oh my
I
God.
did
Wait, I
soccer
need
first.
to see videos after.
Yes, I have some, so I'll show you. I did soccer first, and then up until I was probably like 8 or 9 years old, and then I transitioned into cheerleading, and then ever since I started, it's like I could not stop. I've loved it. I love being on stage. I love doing competitive cheer. I also did high school cheer as well, and was a cheer captain. And so once I kind of left that world in college, I would still follow along like competitions and different things like that, just because I like used to eat, sleep, cheer, repeat. And so it was really like such a wonderful thing for me growing up. And so once I got to Austin actually, and I left the classroom teaching, it was like I really missed that hands-on connection working with kids. And so I thought that would be the perfect fit for me going into being a cheer coach, helping inspire other younger generation and giving them that love and passion for cheer that I had growing up. And so it's been wonderful.
That's amazing. And how old are the girls that you teach?
They are a youth team, so they are 8 to 12 years old is
my
kind of the range
God.
that they can be on. And there's like junior and senior teams as well, but youth is like that perfect fit for me. They're not too small, but they're still learning. And so I feel like I can make the best impact on them with being in that youth age range.
So you're telling me you could just like do a backflip right now?
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna make you do one after. Not in this studio. I love that. Oh my God, a queen that wears multiple hats.
Yes.
That's amazing. And then you still you still have time to go to events out here.
Yes.
Because I see you out a lot, and I'm like, wait, if you're doing all this, how the heck do you have so much time?
Yeah.
How do you balance it?
It's a lot of organization, I would say, and like delegating your time and knowing like where you should be. Not you like, for example, Austin events, different things and creator events. It's like you don't need to show up to every single thing. You really need to prioritize your time. And that's honestly my biggest tip, is having a schedule, a calendar to keep track of everything, because again, having 3 different hats can be pretty hard. But like the daytime is always focused on like my corporate job. I have 2 nights a week that I coach for cheer, and then everything else I sprinkle in with content creation. So that's a short answer of how I do it all.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think if it weren't for Hannah, I wouldn't have been organized at all, because she like keeps me on my toes. She's like, okay, this is what you have to do this and day. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so nice. Cause I'm like kind of type B.
Yep. Yep.
And my husband's like super type A. And I was like, I just want to be in between.
Yes.
Because I like being type B, but I also like being type A.
Definitely.
So are you type B, type A?
I would feel like I'm a little more type A.
Okay.
I'm a little like, strict with my time and very organized, but there are times that I think I can go in the middle as well, where I like to just be a little more laid back and, live your life without having constant, running everywhere. So.
Okay, well, let's play a little icebreaker round. What's one thing you've done this week that instantly boosted your mood?
Okay, immediately, this might sound silly, but like rolling my windows down and listening to the new Taylor Swift album and just like shouting the lyrics out is like definitely one thing that immediately came to mind as like a mood booster. Like I am obsessed with the Life of the Showgirl album. I know it's kind of like some people love it and some people, there is a lot of controversy right now. And I love it. Like I listen to it and I have my favorites. And so that would be one thing that just immediately boosted my mood this week. I've done it every day.
I feel like people are going to hate me for saying this, but I'm not a huge Swiftie.
And that's fine.
I just have some songs I like from back in the day, but I've never been a huge Swiftie. And I have friends that are, and they're like, why? How can't? I'm like, dude, I don't want to fight about this. Yeah. I don't enjoy her music as much as you do.
I agree. I would say I'm definitely a Swiftie, but like even with the new album coming out and everything and everyone talking about it, I'm like, yeah, there's some songs that I'm not obsessed with, and that I'd be like, that one's okay. So like, I feel like it's just like being honest about it.
I mean, Taylor is winning either way.
Yes.
You're talking about it in a positive way or a negative way.
Exactly. But I can be honest about it. I'm like, we don't have to be like, every single song is like the best. Like, no, we can be real.
That. If we peeked into your morning routine, what's the non-negotiable you would never skip?
I would say, and again, this might be controversial, but I would say...
You know what? This is all controversial.
I would say a slow start to my morning where like the first 15 to 20 minutes, I give myself time to scroll on my phone. And I know like people are like, okay, when you wake up, you shouldn't be on your phone and things like that. But that's like the one time in my morning where I can, check things, just give myself that time and not stress in the morning. I feel like a lot of people, they wake up and it's like, okay, go. I got to do this. But my go-to morning routine would be like a slow start. Okay, just wake up, give yourself an extra 15 to 20 minutes to just relax, chill, do what you want, and then start your morning. Yeah. So that would be my biggest thing.
I don't know how you scroll first thing in the morning. Well, on the weekend is when I do that. But like during the week, I have to put my phone locked in the bathroom so that I don't touch it.
Yep.
Because I have a really bad habit of just going. And the fact that you're done after 15 minutes, I will keep going for another hour.
No, see, I like my entire day is pretty busy with like work stuff. So I don't have time to go on it throughout the day. So that's like, again, I give myself that time in the morning and then I set it to a limit. And then I know, okay, you got to go get your day started, keep going. And then at the end of the day, you'll have more time to scroll, before bed. So
yes. Since your handle is Lifestyle with Samantha, what's one lifestyle tip you swear by?
Ooh, this is a good question. I would say to romanticize the small things. I know that might sound cliche.
It's not.
But like, it's so important, right? Like if you're going to get errands, you can romanticize that and stop and get a coffee for yourself, or romanticize your walk, or just the small things. Take yourself out for a little meal, just you yourself, and have that like me time. So that would be my biggest lifestyle tip, is like romanticize the small things, enjoy your life, because you only get one life. And so it's so important that you enjoy it.
It's like find the joy in the mundane things.
Yes.
Because if you don't, then you're just going to be like, oh, my life is so boring.
Yes.
I don't
some
have
people might
this, I
think
don't have
going to
that.
the grocery store, it's like, oh, this is like a task, but
No,
you
it's
can
like, oh
make
my God,
it.
you get to go to the
Yes.
grocery store. You can
Yes.
pick out some flowers.
Yes.
I don't know, treat yourself.
Yes.
Every single time you go out, treat yourself.
Exactly. So that would be for sure. Romanticize the
Yes.
small things.
What's your coffee order?
Okay. Anything that's sweet. Like
Okay.
if it's
That's
just
my
black
cup of tea.
coffee,
I don't like that.
I can't
That's
drink black
disgusting.
coffee. I'm like a sweet caramel macchiato,
Same.
extra caramel. Like add all the sweetness in there.
I'm literally like,
and
that's
I
my
love
only
it.
sugar intake of the day. Let me have it.
Yes. So that would definitely be my coffee order, like a caramel macchiato from Starbucks or like Dutch Bros. I think they have like a Snickers mocha, like anything that sounds like super sweet.
I love that. Me too. What's one guilty pleasure show or song that's been on repeat lately?
I already talked about song
Yeah, so you
because
have to say
Life of the
show.
Showgirl. So I'll do show. I've been watching the new Love is Blind on
Okay.
Netflix. That's been super good. I also have been loving Dancing with the Stars.
I love Dancing with the Stars. I could talk about, I could make this whole podcast about
Yes.
Dancing with the Stars.
Yes. I have so many.
Okay, who's
thoughts.
your favorite right now on Dancing with the Stars?
I would say either Robert or Alex is doing so good too. Like she
Did you watch
kinda
last
shocks
night?
me. I watched
Or
half of
Tuesdays?
last night.
Okay.
Yes. Or Tuesdays. Yeah, whatever day it is
Yeah.
now.
I don't know what. Today's Wednesday.
Okay, so yes, I'm like, I don't even know what day it is. But yes, I watched half of it, but then it was like so late because I coached yesterday. And so I was like, okay, I need to like shut it off and go to bed or I'm
Yeah.
going to be dragging in the morning. So I only watched half of yesterday's. But yes, like I have my favorites. I have thoughts on everyone. Andy is like so cute. I love how like the internet is like just like pulling for that.
Dude, he's so cute.
Right? And he's improved like so much, which is the whole point of Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
It's like
Are you like, have you been watching all the seasons since you were like young?
pretty much.
Okay,
yeah.
same. This is the first season that there's been so many good dancers.
Right?
I am thoroughly impressed.
Whitney's good. Jen is good.
Jordan's good.
Jordan is really good.
Robert was the biggest surprise for me.
Same
I was
here.
like, Robert? You can dance like that?
Yes.
Crazy.
I know. And his sister was so good when she was on it too.
So they're just secretly practicing. Me and my husband were talking about it. I was like, this is how he goes and catches like alligators.
Yep.
He's practicing his moves.
It's so funny. Yeah, we could talk about Dancing with the Stars for hours.
Dude, I can make this whole episode about that, but let's not do that. Let's start talking about how you got into content creation.
This is a great question, and I don't think a lot of people know this, so
Okay.
I'm glad that you asked.
Yes, tell
So-
me everything.
I originally started, and my handle was Samantha's Classroom. So I started actually as like a teacher, Instagrammer, like
Wait, like on TikTok?
yes.
Oh my God, I
TikTok
love
and Instagram. Yes, showing like the morning routine before the bell,
Before the
just
kids
all
come
the
in,
stuff.
yeah.
Yes, before they come in, getting the classroom ready, just making like trending sounds, just like relatable content to
Yeah.
being a teacher. What's in my lunch, like all of that. And so that's how I started. And then once I decided to pivot from the classroom and leave, it was like, okay,
What do I
can't
do
keep
now?
my handle as Samantha's
yeah.
Classroom. I'm not in the classroom anymore. And so that was a little bit of like a long, I don't want to say struggle, but like, okay, like what
What do
do
I do? Yeah.
What do I do? Like my niche was always being a teacher and now I'm not a teacher. And so the easiest thing for me to think of was just putting it as Lifestyle
Yeah.
with Samantha. The handle was still available. I was like, all right, perfect. That's what it's going to be. And then transitioning, I always went back and forth and like, do I need a niche? Should I have a niche? Or do I just post what I want?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how I got into it originally, and then transitioning now to what my handle is, Lifestyle with Samantha. And really, I just pretty much, like I said, post what I want. I don't really have a niche. My niche is me, I guess. And so I don't take it too seriously. Like
Yeah.
if there's something that I want to throw up as a post, I throw it up. But that's pretty much it. But that's
No,
like
I
the
love
journey of me and Lifestyle with Samantha, which used to be Samantha's Classroom.
I love that because, to be honest, I feel like niches are so, I don't want to say overrated because there are people that do really well in their niche.
Yes.
But I think it's like people put too much pressure on having one, and I don't think you need one.
I don't think so either. And when people have them, like I know I have friends who have a niche, and sometimes they like are sad because then
They want to
wanna
post something else, and they've restricted themselves. I mean, they can always post whatever they
Yes,
want, but
yes.
they've restricted themselves from posting it.
Definitely.
That's why I told Hannah, I was like, when people come to my page, I want them to have idea of what my mind is like, because
Yep.
I'm very chaotic.
Yep.
And I don't know, you don't know what you're gonna get with me. I want you to come to my page and be like, oh, she went to the gym today. Oh,
Yes.
yesterday she's eating this. Oh, she was with her dog. You know,
Yes.
I just want something
And
that
that's
people want to come back to.
relatable, and that's what people like, is like relating to you, not just some niche. So I love that.
I personally love it, but I don't know if that's hurt my content, but I'm hoping it just works out.
I know. I go back and forth. I'm like, okay, if I niche down, maybe I would like grow a little bit faster. And then it's like, but that's not the point. The point is like, I have my community who sees me and follows me for me. And so that's really,
That's what matters.
That's what matters.
Yeah. I've been wanting to change my name, my handle from KB Fitzel to Karishma Patel.
Okay.
But there's like a million Karishma Patels, so I cannot change my name. So I'm stuck with kp.fitzel forever. And I made that name 10 years ago. So I'm like,
I don't think you're stuck with it forever.
I
You
feel
can
like
always change.
if I change it to Karishma Patel, I can't find a regular Karishma Patel. It has to be Karishma _ 1 2 3 4.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I can't find a normal just Karishma Patel.
That's fair.
So I don't know what to change it to. I feel like KB Fitzel has become my identity. People, literally, I will get people in the street be like, KB Fitzel. I'm like, what the? I have a name?
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't love all the underscores and random numbers in
either.
my username either.
Like Lifestyle with Samantha, so easy.
Yes.
I love that.
Very true. It is a little long, but
No, but I love it.
Yes. But you don't have to stick with what you currently have either. You could always change it.
I know.
But I don't know what. You'll have to
I'm
come
gonna
back to me on that. I'll have to
because
think.
it's going to take a long time. I've had a loyal 10 years with her. So it's going to be really hard to let that go.
Yep.
Like, it's my whole
I had
identity.
a couple years with mine, and I was really worried. I'm like, are people even going to recognize like who I am anymore? Like not being Samantha's classroom?
No, at least it's still Samantha.
Yes.
So how's your health journey influenced the kind of content you create?
I would say that it's influenced it a lot. I would say kind of what I related to earlier, like going through some health things that I know we'll talk about here soon. It really made me, again, romanticize the small things and not take content creation too seriously. Before, when I was in the classroom years ago, I felt like I had to put up the like most perfect curated post or like the perfect outfit. Like I overthought every single post that I would put up.
I mean, didn't we all, right?
Yeah. And now like with so many bigger things in life, I have just really enjoyed just sharing. Just sharing whatever I want on my profile and not overthinking it, which has been such a blessing because you can really stress out and overthink the small things, but just post what you love and that's what's important to you. And so I would say going through some health things, that is like the biggest thing that it taught me was to just share what you want. I've posted, in regards to health, I've posted like a learn to run with me where I started getting into running. I've shared, healthy foods, different things like that. But overall, I would say it mostly impacted just not stressing out about posting.
I remember when we were at an event together and you were having a bad mental health day and you were sharing that with me. And I was just like, I think that's so beautiful that we can just talk openly about that. And I love that you are so open about that. So how do you show up authentically on social media?
I do exactly that, actually. Like, I don't think there's any need to hide it. If you're having a bad mental health day or just not feeling it, I think it's important to be honest about it and not like have to have this most perfect curated life where you see on some Instagram feeds and it's like, do they ever go through anything? Because they don't share about it. And so that's one thing that I do is I authentically show up and I am myself and people know like my life is not perfect in any way. And if I am having a bad day, I might post about it and share, what I'm going through because people can relate to that. And that's how you build real connection. And that's why your community is there. They don't want to see just the perfect highlights of your life. That's not relatable. And so they really feel a lot closer to you when you're actually showing up as your real authentic self, both in person, like you said, when I see you, but online as well. And so I think that's the most important thing is not everyone shows up and shares the bad.
Yeah.
And it's okay to share, you know, the good, the ugly, the bad.
I think so too. And I think that's why I connected with you so well. And I really love your content and just you as a person, because both of you and I are both on the same like wavelength of just sharing what you're feeling.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty unfiltered and chaotic. But I love that part about me. And I feel like if people connect with me, then they love that part about me too. And like you said, relatability is so much more effective
Yes.
than
It's very
anything
important.
else. How do you find balance between sharing your life and protecting your peace?
It's a good segue into what we were just saying.
Yes.
I would say that not everything has to be content.
Yeah.
Like, you can show up and choose what you want to post and what you don't want to post as well. I think that sharing the vulnerable is important, but you don't have to share every tiny
you don't
little
have to-
thing
yeah.
about the story. So you can still show up and be vulnerable and share, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly, but you don't have to share every single detail of it.
Yeah.
And so that's how I choose to do it. I don't know if that's the right way, but
No, there's no right or wrong in content.
exactly.
I feel like it's whatever you think.
Exactly. But that would be my biggest thing is like not feeling like you need to share
Yeah.
every single detail, which I've learned that over, you know, just being in content creation
Yeah.
for the past couple years. I would say if like my whole health journey happened a couple years ago, I probably would have shared every single tiny detail because that's just like what I was doing. I was sharing every part of my life. And now it's like, okay, you can still share it, but not share every tiny detail that you want to keep personal to yourself, and that's totally fine. People
Yeah.
will still relate to you. You opened up, but again, you're sharing what you want to share,
Yeah.
and that's important.
And on the topic of sharing personal things,
Yes.
you went through something very difficult. This was it beginning of the year or middle year?
Yes, it was it started actually last year. It was when I was diagnosed, and then I finally had surgery a couple months ago, which is still crazy to
I know.
say. Like, that was literally June. So, like 3 months ago, 3.5 months ago. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. So
yeah.
what happened?
So, long story short, and it actually dates back. So, where do we even want to start?
Wherever you feel comfortable.
Where do I want to start? 7.5 years ago, I was diagnosed with something called hyperparathyroidism.
Okay.
And it's different than your thyroid. So
Yep.
a lot of people don't even know, like, what is a parathyroid?
Yeah, because I have hypothyroid. I did not even know there was.
Yes. So we have 4 parathyroids. They sit on your thyroid lobes, and you have you have 2 on each side, 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom, on each left and right side. And so I was back in college diagnosed with hyperparathyroidism, such a long name. And it's like, what even is that? But basically what it is you have a growth or kind of like a tumor sitting on one of your parathyroid nodules,
God.
which is the size of a grain of rice. So it's like very tiny,
But it's a big deal.
but it's a huge
Yeah.
deal. Just like your thyroid, it regulates everything in your body.
Yep.
And how I actually got diagnosed was I was having some weird symptoms in college. Again, I was young. I was like 19, I believe, 19 or 20 when I got diagnosed. And I had really high blood pressure, like crazy numbers, like 210 over like 105. And it's like, okay, should you be in the ER? Like, that is like, what is going on? And I was not stressed. Like, I didn't have anything to stress out about. It wasn't like college or anything like that. The other main one, other than blood pressure, was like fatigue and just not feeling like my body was right.
Yeah.
And an example of that would be like having to go upstairs in college. I felt like I was
Winded?
so tired.
Yeah.
Like climbing 2 flights of stairs, it was like I'm winded at the end. And I'm a very like fit person. And so I knew like something was just not right. And so I got annual blood work done and my numbers were off the charts. Like, it was very clear something was wrong. My calcium number was off, and then my PTH, which is your parathyroid hormone, was off. Both of them were off. And so that's kind of how I first got diagnosed with that. Did a bunch of scans, all that fun stuff, showed that one of them was enlarged, had something on it, and then went through the process of having surgery. So with thyroid, you can take medication,
Yep.
but with parathyroid, there is no medication for it.
wow.
It is only surgery. And so, yeah, 7.5 years ago, I had my first surgery and had it removed, and everything was great. Like, great surgery, great, easy recovery. Everything was like a breeze, which was crazy to say now, but it was just so easy. And so I had it out, and then I was good. I was like perfectly fine for the next, like, I want to say 6.5, 7 years.
Wow.
And I was living my best life, doing everything, moved to Austin, and then was it July of last year? I want to say July 2024, I started feeling the symptoms again.
Oh no.
I was like, what is going on? I was running like 2 to 3 miles every day, and then all of a sudden it was like I could barely walk a half a mile without being winded.
Stop.
Like, again, my body just felt so off, and I just knew. Immediately I knew. I was like,
not
this
again.
is the same
Yeah.
symptoms. What is going on? And so I reached out to my primary care. We did my annual blood work again. Numbers are off the chart again. And so he was actually very shocked because it's not very common that people who have hyperparathyroidism get it a second time with a different, like, parathyroid gland.
Yeah.
So I was already missing one. So I had 3 remaining left. And so he was really shocked, but he was like, yeah, the numbers definitely show like something's going on. So he did scans again and everything, and it turns out another one has a growth and tumor on it. And so that was pretty shocking to hear, especially because I was like, okay, after that surgery years ago, I was like, I'm in the clear. I never have to deal with this again. And then to know that it came back is just like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
And so, and then hearing him say like it's not common that it comes back was even a little bit scarier to me. Because at first, like, it was easy. Like, again, everything about the first time was like, okay, I guess I have to have surgery, like my first surgery ever, and everything was fine. It was a breeze. But this time it was just a little bit heavier in all sorts of different ways. So did the scans again, got diagnosed again, and then everything from there was like such a struggle. So it was a struggle to find a surgeon since it was like my second operation going in on my throat. I don't even think I mentioned that, but like you have to literally slice into your neck, throat, which is like beyond terrifying. And so knowing that this was the second time for me, there's scar tissue all in there. You really have to find somebody that
who knows how to do a second
surgery. Yeah. And so I went through months of trying to find a surgeon that I felt comfortable with and that also felt comfortable operating on me. And so to make the longest story short, I met with 5 different surgeons before I met with a 6th one and finally chose that one. The first one I just wasn't super comfortable with. The second one didn't do a specific testing that they did the first time, which is called intraoperative testing, where when you're under and they take out the affected one, they test like your blood level while you're underneath to make sure that they got it and everything's good, and normally your numbers drop right away. Well, the second surgeon I met with didn't do that. So I was just like, okay, that's what I did with my first surgery. Like, I want to have that testing again. Flag. Yeah, red flag. So moved on, saw another one. That one kind of recommended what the first surgeon said, which I didn't love what she said. And then so on and so on. And so finally I met with a surgeon at MD Anderson in Houston, which was like the biggest blessing ever. She made me feel so comfortable. It was like in the consult, I was like, she's the one. Like, this is going to be who's going to do this bad boy. And she was very confident in it as well. So to kind of wrap it up, we've got this again. We've got to get it out. I had surgery after like months of just like trying to find a surgeon, which was just very heavy, like not knowing like, okay, who's going to do this? Am I finally going to have a surgeon while still feeling like lethargic and like my body is not myself. So finally had surgery a couple months ago. Everything was good, but there were some like unexpected things that I didn't expect. And the one thing I would say is, so we took out a parathyroid gland, but she actually ended up taking out half my left thyroid lobe as well, because when she went in, it was actually embedded, like it was touching the thyroid. And so I was still expecting to have my whole thyroid there. And so when I came out of surgery, she was like, actually,
I had to take out.
we took out your parathyroid gland and half your thyroid lobe. And so
So what happens when that happens?
Yeah, so she really prepped me for it. She let me know that 50% of the time, your other, like my right lobe will take over for the other half that's missing. But the other, like 50% is that it won't do its job, and then you might have to be on thyroid medication.
Okay.
And so she did prep me very well for it. But of course, me with all these issues over here, my right lobe did not take over.
Oh, no.
And so that was just like a whole nother thing. Because the first time I had surgery, it was like, okay, you get it out, you're good, go live your life.
Yeah.
But this time it was like a little bit different because we took out another one and then we took out half the thyroid lobe and it didn't take over. So then it was like, okay, now what's going on with my body now? Needing to get on medication for it eventually, which I did get on. It's a very low dose, but I am on thyroid medication now because my right lobe did not take over enough for the left lobe. But being hypothyroid now is what I am, causes lots of symptoms as well.
Yeah.
Biggest one being weight gain.
Yeah.
And so that was very extreme after my surgery in a very, very short amount of time, which did not make me feel like myself at all. I mean, I gained, I want to say 25 pounds in like a month and a half to 2 months, which is like crazy to
But
even
also,
think
like,
of.
you can't be too hard on yourself because obviously you didn't expect this to happen.
Yes. And so I originally, that was a lot. Like I was hard on myself. And then I had to just keep reminding myself. Yes, well, being on social media, you can see, like, I mean, in that short amount of time, you can definitely see, like, the difference, at least in myself. I could see it. I felt like others could see it. And so it was very hard, but I kept having to remind myself, like, your body is not right now. And, like, it's just gone through a very traumatic experience.
It needs time to.
And that's okay. It needs time to readjust. Yes. All your hormones are out of whack. Your thyroid is not doing its job now, which you didn't have that 7.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And so, I just really had to give myself a lot of grace for that long-winded story of my health journey and where I'm at today.
Well, how do you feel now?
I feel great. I feel so much better. I feel like I have really taken it on, and I have had to learn a lot about, like, the science of everything. I feel like I've done a lot of research about your thyroid, about your parathyroid, all of that. But I would say two of the biggest blessings now are, one, being on medication for my thyroid. I think that was a big help because it needed it. My numbers were clearly off and my body was telling me I needed it. And then the second thing would be like knowing kind of what I just said, like knowing how to fuel my body and how to make good changes.
Yeah.
And a lot of that came with just research and joining like a Facebook group with other women who have the same thing that I'm going through and different things like that. But I feel great, knowing like, okay, I'm not lethargic anymore, so I can move my body and exercise. I'm fueling it in the right ways with food and different things like that. And so it's been really, really good. I've lost, some weight now and different things like that. So I feel like I'm on a really good journey.
Well, that's good. I think that's so amazing that you found a community too, because a lot of people don't even talk about, which I didn't know until I did my recent blood work, that we have so many different types of thyroid.
Yes.
Like it's not just 2, it's 4.
Yes.
And I think that's such important information. So anyone going through thyroid issues, get the full blood panel.
Yes.
And ask for all 4.
Yes.
Right? What can they ask for when going for a blood work?
I would literally say exactly that. Whether you're going to your primary care or whoever, ask them to do the full thyroid panel because they typically only will test for 1 or 2 at the max. And like you just
said, try to skimp out on you.
There's 4 of them. And the other thing I would say is like, even if you don't have parathyroid issues, if your body is feeling off, ask for your parathyroid hormone as well, because that's not like typically tested in just your annual blood work. And so it doesn't hurt to just have things checked out. You're already getting, blood work out.
Might as well just
What's an extra tube? Like, just do it and ask your doctor, advocate for yourself because you know your body best. And so that would be my biggest tip is ask for the full thyroid panel.
Yeah. Oh my God. If you could go back and talk to yourself before surgery, what would you say?
Oh gosh. I would say that it's okay to be scared. I was definitely scared.
I mean, it's a scary process
It's
that you're going
very
through.
scary. And like, I was a lot more scared this time than 7.5 years ago for multiple different reasons. One, I was just a lot younger.
Yep.
Now being older, it's like, okay.
There's way more things involved.
I know. There's
You're like,
my brain's a lot more like tuned into it.
I know. Why is it that when you're younger, you're like, oh, I'll just go skydiving, and then now it's like, okay, if I do that, these are the risks, these are the chances.
Yes. Like, this might sound silly to say, but like 7.5 years ago, like I didn't think like, oh, I could go into surgery and like not wake up from it, which sounds like so crazy. But this time that was like one of my biggest fears. I'm like,
my God.
okay, I'm going to go under anesthesia. And then what if I just like never wake back up? Like that sounds so scary.
It is scary.
Right? So that would be one of my biggest scares is like the anesthesia part. The other thing would be like one of the biggest complications, which I don't know if many people know this, is you could have your vocal cords paralyzed, which like I'm a yapper, clearly. I'm talking a lot. And that was another big scare for me. I'm like, as a cheer coach, I like literally project my voice out. My corporate job is very much talking all the time, and even like social media. So like all three of my jobs, I need my voice. And that was such a scare of mine that I didn't realize, like, again, the first time. Like, there were so many things that I didn't realize the first time that now I'm like, okay.
I actually need all this.
Yeah, I need all this. I need to be okay. I need to get through this. So to answer your question, I would tell myself that it's okay to be scared, but know that you're strong.
Yeah.
You're gonna get through it.
And whatever happens.
Whatever happens, happens. And give yourself grace. Your healing journey might not be what you thought it was.
Yeah.
Especially going through it a second time. It was completely different than the first time, which was a breeze. And so I think that I would tell myself that, yeah, the biggest thing, give yourself grace. Your healing journey might not be what you expect, but that's okay. And to just be okay with going with the flow and knowing that you're going to get out on the other end.
And there is so much support too, right?
So much support. That was like the biggest thing this time. I was like, I had my parents there, like before and after the surgery, like everyone came. They came, my boyfriend came. Everyone was like messaging me before. My coworkers, they all like woke up at like 4 a.m, or they scheduled a text. I don't know. But they remembered to send me a text message that morning and were like, let us know the second you get out, you've got this, all this stuff. And so everyone was really just rallying behind me. And I felt that, and that was huge for me, is to have that support before and after.
No, that's incredible. I think people forget that it's okay to ask for support when going through tough times.
Yes.
And that's just a beautiful reminder that you should ask for support, especially from the people that you love, because you might think that they don't love you back, but they do.
Yes.
I think we get in our head about that too.
100%.
We think we're a burden or anything.
100%.
It's just like, you can ask for help. It's okay to ask for help.
Yes, 1,000%.
I know we all want to be independent queens.
Yep.
But when the time comes, you must ask for help.
Yes.
I have to tell myself that too. But what message would you want to share with others who are dealing with health challenges but still trying to live fully?
I would say that don't get frustrated with yourself. I know that's easier said than done because I did it a lot. Like I really got on myself. But like I said, if you're going through something like a health journey, it's going to happen to you and you can't really like change it. You can do like small things like go for a walk or different things like that. But what I'm saying is like you have to tell yourself like this is happening to you and you can look at it two different ways. Yeah. You can either, be super upset and frustrated and really down and just hate that this is happening to you, or you can look at the bright side and try to say, okay, I can't wait till I have surgery or till I have this and I'm going to be, better after, or I can't do this now, but I can do like a modified version of it. Like I kept telling myself, oh my God, I wish I could go to the gym. Like I wish I could be running miles again like I used to. And it's like, okay, I might not be able to do that now, but I can go for a walk right now. And will it be a little bit hard? Sure. But I can go for a walk and kind of just reminding myself of the things you can do. Right? Yes. Yeah. Practice gratitude and really try not to focus on the bad. Yeah. That's what I would say. Like, it can be
It's so
hard.
easy to
It is.
get into that place
It
too.
is.
It's all about perspective, and I
It
feel
is.
like our mind is. I know people when I was growing up, and I listened to people say our mind is our biggest tool and our strongest tool, and I'll be like, "Shut up! You're such a liar."
Yep.
And then you grow up, and you're like, "Yes,
Yes.
your mental state is your strongest
Yes.
tool that you have." So
is.
it's all about perspective.
It is.
It's all about how you think about it. So
It is 100%. And so that would be my biggest tip is like find the joy in the things that you can do
Yeah.
and don't dwell on the things that are just upsetting you.
Yeah, well, I'm just grateful you're here and you
Thank
got
you.
through surgery. I mean, I saw you probably like a few days after surgery. You came to the Pop Flex event, and I was
I
like,
know.
"Did you just have surgery? What
I
are you
had
doing here?"
surgery literally like a week and a half.
I was like,
before
"How the hell did you get here?"
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I was on a week of bed rest, and then like
You're like,
immediately,
"I
like
need
a
to
couple of
get
days after, and I had an event, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. And it was like a little workout event, and like
Yeah.
what was it,
Pickleball.
pickleball? And I just told myself I was like, I'm gonna go, but I'm not gonna play
Yeah.
the pickleball
I
because
first of all, it was
probably
way too hot.
yeah, it was so hot. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But I also was like, okay, I can't really like move my neck, you know, that's tight with my incision and everything. And so again, I chose to like show up and do what I can do. And even though I couldn't fully do everything,
I mean, it was memorable. You
It was
still
very
showed up
memorable.
because I still remember you showing up, and I was
Yes.
like, "Oh my god, what the heck did you?
what
get
are you
here?"
doing here? Yeah.
Like, shouldn't you be in bed?
Yes. So yeah,
I
it
think
was
that's amazing.
It was a good time for sure.
No, I'm so happy that you're so amazing. You're so strong and brave. 'Cause
Thank you.
going through health stuff as you get older is not easy. And then as a woman too, like you're just like, fuck, like I have to go through periods, I have to go through menopause, now I have to go through thyroid and other shit
Yes.
that comes along my way. So no, you're amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate your kind words.
Of course. Well, let's play a game. A little this or that.
Ooh.
It's just a few little things. Not too bad. Okay, morning workouts or evening walks?
Evening walks.
Okay. Matcha or coffee?
That's a hard one. Again, I like matcha if it doesn't taste like grass.
Okay.
Like
I have
need
yet
it-
to find one.
Really?
Yes.
La La Land has like a banana one that it does taste like banana. Like
I can't do banana like that.
okay,
Like,
okay,
I
we
like
gotta
banana, but I
find
like
you a
that.
different one. I'm trying to think of another one that's
Because I
super
tried their
good.
Keith Lee one, and to be honest, it was just too matcha. But my
haven't
friend
tried
who loves matcha
Okay.
loved it.
Okay. Yeah, I like matcha as long as it doesn't taste like grass. I like coffee as long as it doesn't taste like coffee, pretty much. So
You like
either
anything
one, I
that
need it to be
doesn't
sweet.
taste like it.
Yes, as long as it's sweet, I can drink it.
Yes.
So a little of both.
Journaling or meditating?
Meditating.
Okay. Has that been a practice that you've picked up on?
Yes, because again, like after surgery or just even before surgery, it was hard for me to be able to do like physically straining workouts.
So mental.
But it's very mental. But I've been able to do some meditating or some yoga, like just grounding myself.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing that I picked up before, just kind of going through my healing journey, and has definitely continued now. It's like I feel like I have to do it a couple times a week, to be honest. Sundays are like always a ritual. Like Sunday, I have to do some sort of meditation or yoga. It kind of, you know, ends your week. And also, that's another controversial thing. Is Sunday like the end of the week or the start of the week?
I don't know. I take it as a full reset day.
Same. I'm like, it's the end of the week. Monday is my start of the week.
Yeah,
But some
same.
people are like, you know, Sunday is the actual first day of the week. But that's kind of how I do my Sundays is, yeah, I have to meditate and ground myself. And so, yeah, meditating for sure.
I mean, it makes sense because you're so active and
Yes.
so many different roles. So
I need like a
meditation
second to just, you know, in
to
tune with my
calm-
body.
Yeah. Cozy night in or dinner out with friends?
Dinner out with friends, for sure. I love a little girls' dinner, but I think it's also important to give yourself those cozy nights in.
Yeah.
I know some people that like love to be out 24/7 and like do you fuel your cup, but I think it's so important that they take time for themselves and like have a cozy night in. So I am a homebody, but I do love going to girls' dinners.
Yeah. Filming or editing?
Oof. Filming.
That is editing.
I feel like that's like not the normal answer, to be honest, because I feel like editing for a lot of content creators is like the most like tedious task. Like it just editing, because I feel like I need, again, I sometimes get into that little like perfect mindset of like,
Yeah.
I need the perfect edit or
That's
like,
my
is
friend.
this, too much or too little. But then I know other people like that they'll edit something like literally on the fly as they're at an event. It's like they're just splice clips together and throw it up. And I'm like,
that's me sometimes.
I'm like, I need to do that. Like, I could take
it's not normal.
I literally could edit one singular like 10-second video for multiple hours.
No.
Yes.
Okay, that takes me 5 seconds for real. All right, beach vacation or mountain getaway?
Beach vacation all day, every day. I grew up on Clearwater Beach in Florida, so I'm a beach girly through and through. I swear it's the one thing Austin doesn't have. Yeah, you have the lake. Yes, you have beaches, and someone might yell at me about this, but like Galveston and South Padre, I'm like, I just can't.
I've never been.
I can't get behind them. I mean, they're okay. It's water, but I'm like, it's not like, again, I grew up with Florida beaches and California beaches. So
same.
I know beaches.
Yeah.
And so to me, like those are, they're okay. Yeah. That's what I'll leave it at. Yeah. But I'm like, I love a Florida beach or, Mexico, California. Like I am a beach girl.
Be in Hawaii every single year.
Hawaii, let's go. Like literally get me on a plane right now.
Yeah, right now. Let's go. Someone put us on a plane right now. All right, last question to end the podcast. If someone listening in is struggling, whether their health, self-image, life transitions, what's one piece of advice you'd want them to take from your story?
I would say, let's tie it back to the very beginning.
Yeah.
Romanticize the small things in your life. Don't dwell on the things you can't do, and live your life. You only have one life, and like we've said, it can be easier said than done.
Yes.
But really think about it and be intentional with what you want to do with your life and the small things. It's always about the small things for me. It is the little things that get you through the day. And celebrate those small wins. Yeah. It doesn't have to be some big thing that you celebrate yourself for. Because I feel like a lot of times in life, it's like you celebrate yourself for your birthday or like a holiday or things like that. Or if something very big happens, like you got a promotion in your job. But it's like celebrate. Yeah. Celebrate. Live your life.
Celebrate.
Enjoy being happy. Yes. Enjoy being happy. And I think like the biggest thing is when you go through something, you realize that, like you on the other end, it's like there's nothing that is that stressful. Like life is not, at least what I always tell myself is I am not, and if you are a doctor or surgeon, praise to you, but I do not have people's like lives like in my hands. Yes. So like at any point in my day, like I'm coaching, but I'm not like a surgeon saving a life right now. So that's also what I tell myself is like, nothing is that stressful. Yeah. Just breathe and live your life, because again, you don't know when it won't be here anymore. And so that would be my biggest thing is enjoy it, have the happy moments, celebrate yourself, and be happy.
I love that. And that's such a good way to end this episode, because now I feel so calm. And the way you're talking to me, I felt like I was in a little safe bubble with you. Well, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for doing this. And I really appreciate you sharing and being vulnerable.
Thank you for having me. I am always happy to be on and answer any questions. And it was really a blessing to be able to share my health journey. I have not actually like stepped out and really done like a full kind of thing like this. Yeah. And it was really good to share about it. I mean, I've shared briefly on my Instagram about the health journey, but it's been good to be able to open up a little bit more. But like we talked about earlier, you don't have to give every single little detail. Exactly. And so, yeah, it's been great to open up a little bit more about my health journey and share it with others. And hopefully someone, whether you're going through thyroid, or parathyroid, or any health issues, hopefully you can take a piece of something from this podcast.
Well, thank you for doing that with me.
Thank you.